Hey Hoopers, this is a review video for my beginner class that started in February. It's through class 2. So I'm going to quickly just run through the things that we went over for people that actually know how to do them, just want to remember what we did. And then I'm going to go through and break it down just a little bit to remind you what we did in class. So we did spin around the hand, both directions, both hands, some passing back and forth between those. Then we did the forward weave, which looks like this. Both hands. You can pass back and forth between those hands. You can also practice going between a spin and a weave. So squeeze, go into the weave, back into the spin, into the weave across your body, back into the spin. Week 2, we added in the propeller. So starting hands underneath, pinkies together, up, around, thumbs together, pinkies together, thumbs together, pinkies together. And then from there we went into the behind the back pass. So passing to the right hand, turning, passing thumb to thumb, underneath, continuing on. So again, that's going from the propeller as it comes into our right hand, behind the back, and back into the propeller. Then we added in a spin into this behind the back pass. So going from a spin, turning, passing, continuing that spin as you do your behind the back pass. We also touched on this orbit smear move. And I'll both break it down in this video at the end, and I have another video from last time I did this class that breaks it down further. And then waist tubing, of course. So again, upright posture, pushing from the belly, not a lot of movement below, which is some people's tendency. Good flat throw, and immediately push into the hoop and start finding that pulse from your belly that matches the rhythm of the hoop. All right, so for the hand spin, you can either start with your hand underneath the hoop, palm up, grasp, and come up and over. So it's going out to your body, or to the outside of your body. You can also start with your hand at the base of the hoop up, just kind of letting it drop and then going into it. The hoop should be going in between this kind of webby part between your thumb and your index finger. Sometimes it can help to guide it a little bit by making this kind of motion. You're going to the outside, so it's almost as it's coming around this way, you're kind of catching it and guiding it, and that kind of helps with control. You don't have to do that, but if you feel like you're losing control, that might be something you can try. Also, if you're having a hard time kind of keeping in that part, you can try kind of squeezing it and turning it as you're getting used to that, and then slowly stop actually squeezing your hand around the hoop and getting it into just this free rotation. Again, try both directions with these hand spins, especially with a bigger, heavier hoop. Your hand can get sore. Don't do too many of these all at once. And then the weave. So the weave, you start on your side and it's in your railroad planes. So you're going to be going back and forth, trying to keep it as parallel as possible as it's coming to the side of your body. So you have your hand up, thumb is back, palm is facing up, and you squeeze. You're going to want some of a loose grip so that the hoop can rotate in your hand and it won't put so much kind of action needed on your wrist. From here, it's coming up and down to the center, across your body, and back over to the left side. Your thumb in this forward weave is always leading. Just keeping those railroad tracks. And see, for me, sometimes I'm not even really grasping the hoop. It's more of a swing motion, and I'm just grabbing it with my fingers, weaving back and forth. All right, and if you want to switch back and forth, you want to be sure to grab it in the kind of grip that's used to weave in that hand. So as it's coming back over to the side that you're switching it to, you're going to be coming at it from this angle. So your thumb is leading from the left side. You're switching it to your right hand. You're going to grab it in the same way that you'd start it. You're going to grab it so your pinky of the hand that you're passing it to will be meeting the thumb of the hand that is passing it. That was just doing the weave and is passing it off. So looks like this. And just start really slow. It really helps to just break it down and get your brain to understand the movement going slowly before you try to quicken up the pace and smooth it out. All right. So the propeller, you start pinky to pinky, palms up, and you rotate. I'm going to start going out to the left side. So start with my right hand, coming up and over to my left. I guess it looks like right from the video. Coming thumb to thumb at the base, turning back around, pinky to pinky. This one is really important to start very slowly because people have a tendency to want to cross their hands if they speed it up too quickly before they've gotten that movement into their muscle memory. So start out nice and slow, pinky to pinky, half turn up, thumb to thumb, half turn down, pinky to pinky. Of course, try both directions. Same thing, thumb to thumb, pinky to pinky. So that's the propeller. Then going into the behind the back pass, we started this from the propeller. So going thumb to thumb, pinky to pinky, thumb to thumb. As it comes back into your right hand, pinky to pinky, you release that left hand and you open up towards the left to go into this turn. And as you're turning, the hoop is still coming in the motion that it would have gone in anyway. But as it comes down that half turn, your hands are meeting behind your back, thumb to thumb, palms up, thumb to thumb. And slowing down that pass to make sure your hands know what they're doing is really important as well. And then continue to turn as it's coming up this half turn, and by the time it comes back up, you're back around. So let's do that one more time. So propeller, pass it off to my right hand, turn, open and turn as it comes down, thumb, thumb, meet, and back up, thumb to thumb. So I'm going to quicken that up. I did a little bit wrong when I was slowing it down for you guys. When you do it, when you're coming around, it's actually making another, it wouldn't have to make another full rotation. For me, I think as I'm going fast, it's more natural and gives me more time to turn back around if it makes this full rotation and I'm actually coming back to pinky. So I guess feel it out both ways and see what's comfortable for you. Really, it can be either way depending, I guess, on what you want to do afterwards. And then behind the back pass with the spin. So here it's going, rather than from the propeller, you're spinning on your right hand if you're going to the left. And then as you you can start by spinning and squeezing to pass and then spinning on your left hand. But you really don't need to actually squeeze it. My hand turns as it's still spinning. You pass it off in the same way, and it continues to spin on the left hand. So your hands are in a different position spinning than they're used to, so that can take some practice to kind of keep it on that nice wall plane. But again, it's just kind of time and practice. Let me go ahead and do those going the other way. So passing pinky to pinky, this time passing to my left hand, turning, opening to my right, passing it thumb to thumb, opening back up, and either grabbing it up here or up here. Note that the hoop is continuing on its same path, kind of in the same direction you're turning. So it's continuing around in the same way as you're turning. Sometimes as you're coming back around, there's a spot where a twist seems easy or like the right thing to do, which is perfectly fine. That's a cool trick. It's just not the one that I'm showing here. All right, and then the orbit smear thing. So for this, we started to break it down just by coming to each of our sides, kind of in the square. So against my back, thumbs up, right hand to right hip, left hand up in the air, to the front, up in my kind of belly, and then to the left. Once you get that down, you can start to smooth it out. So your right hand's coming to the hip, the hoop is sliding along kind of into each of those places, sliding along your body. So you can start still with kind of this rigid movement, but smoothing it out along. Once you're comfortable with that, then you can start the whole continuous movement. So going the other way, left hand to left hip, front, right, back, and smooth it out. All right, and the other thing that we did is this kind of follow along flow. So I won't do that here, but I will encourage you to kind of create that for yourself. So when I was doing that, I was just going, with a really slow movement. What can I do from here? I could rotate it like this. I could lift it up. I could turn around. So it's taking a movement and thinking, what can I do from here? And then doing it. And then thinking, okay, what can I do from here? Well, I'll do that. What can I do from here? Maybe I'll hinge it around. Maybe I'll hinge it back. Maybe I'll just send it right back over and do a little dance with it. So I really, really encourage you to play around with your hoop. Learning tricks is a great way to kind of build up a repertoire of things to do. But a lot of what flow is kind of in the transitions between those tricks and just kind of understanding your hoop and what you can do from various positions, both the hoop in relation to body, the position of your hands on the hoop, all that good stuff. So doing this kind of slow flow play can help to start to kind of build those connections for your brain and muscle memory. So I hope that helps. Email me if you have any questions. I'm happy to do additional instruction videos. I know this one is coming late before our next class, but in the future, I'm always happy to do additional instruction videos if there's something that you're just not quite getting that you want to practice before class. So have fun, and I'll see you on Monday.